came out and put together a ball game against a team that has been playing well. Out of the All-Star break, they beat us. Chauncey's done one heck of a job with that team. A lot of length, athleticism. A lot of guys are shooting really well. There was, I try to reach our goals and get our guys to reach our goals. Obviously, 27 three-pointers isn't enough, and 23 assists. But 60 points in the paint is solid, and got to bring those turnovers down. But all in all, in a game that we really needed, guys came with the proper focus and attention to detail to get it done.
Doug, starting lineup was announced with Malik. And then we saw Keon start. What went into that decision? What exactly happened there?
The decision was already made. I think, we got 41 games here, and sometimes you at the scores table you can get a little mix-up. But no one asked me when I came in here earlier. I might have told you, Jay.
Yeah, right.
This is the one time you didn't ask me two questions. You asked me one, and I answered. Yes.
Is that a one-off, or is that something we're going to see down the stretch?
It's trying to work Malik back in and make sure that he's comfortable and he's feeling good. Like I told you guys in the presser in the beginning, Malik is okay with whatever. He is the consummate professional, and these guys understand winning over everything. So it's something that we will look at as we go. But for somebody who's been out as long as he has with the sickness, and to be 6 for 9, 2 for 3, I'm gonna get on him about the turnovers always. That's just what I do, and he's gonna tell me some words that I can't use here, and I'm gonna love him for it. But he was fantastic. He played a really, really solid game, and you can see how much that we miss Malik and what he brings to the ball club.
Doug, kind of building off of that, actually more focusing on Keon Ellis, 6 steals tonight, a career high 6 steals. Zach was just talking about the instincts that he has. I think that's something you've talked about before. Just what do you make of 6 steals for Keon as a starter?
Keon, he's gonna tell me all about it, first of all. But he has really good instincts, active hands. I think that he understands the cat and mouse, and it's super important when you show your body and then all of a sudden you jump into the passing lane and guys will throw it right to you. His ability to shrink the floor and help on drives, understanding later shot clock situations, and guys get under a crunch and then all of a sudden there he is. Like, he's got really good hands, man, and good instincts. And when you put that together, normally you have really, really good defensive players. So again, Keon and Keegan, all defense in my opinion.
Coach, obviously, mentioned you want to get the 3-pointers up and turnovers down, but what are some things from this game that you want the guys to take into the next one?
I would say the pace of the game, especially in the beginning of the game. I thought that they came out with the right pace, moving the ball, advancing the ball. The sense of urgency and physicality is something that I'm going to continue to harp on. This is how I want them to play. I want them to be physical. I want them to hit people. I want them to be handsy. But as soon as the ball is turned over, if it's made, missed, whatever it is, we are running the other way. We want to advance the ball down the court, attack. If we don't have anything, get into some sort of balance and make sure that the floor is balanced, and from there, attack again. And I thought that message was taken in the right way, and they took from the half of OKC, the second half, and they brought that attention to detail here. Like the threes, some nights you shoot them, some nights you won't. I want that number to be right around 50, close to 50. Those assists need to be close to 30 or above. But all in all, the aggressiveness and their willingness to compete. Winning in this league is really hard. That's a good ball club. They beat a lot of people this year, and for them to come out and play the way that they did. And then there were some ebbs and flows in the game where I didn't feel great and comfortable. We called timeouts. They came in, locked in, and went out and executed.
Doug, with kind of what you've said here after the game and what you said before the game, it sounds like you're at least contemplating the idea of rolling with Keon as a starter, and you like what potentially he brings to that group with the extra defensive kind of mindset out there.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Keon has stepped in when Malik went down, and he has played fantastic. The points don't indicate what he does for the ball club, and Malik in a six-man role is spectacular because he can come in and be aggressive the way that I want him to do. For me, the number for Malik is right around 8 to 10 3-pointers a night, and tonight he only got up 3. Like in my world, those aren't enough minutes for Malik, in my opinion. But we were also, just being careful and making sure that he's good. Going forward, we'll see how it goes. Our biggest thing is to win the game, and like Malik told me, his biggest thing is to win the game. And I think, he's one of those guys, whatever was said about him isn't true. This kid is all about winning. He loves his teammates. He gonna call bull when he sees it, and I'm totally with that. And I think that his teammates love him for that. I know I do, and appreciate what he brings. So a lot of times, guys, it's not about who starts, it's about who finishes, and he's a finisher for sure.
Doug, this is 3 games in 4 nights, and Sabonis coming back with a bad wheel. How impressed are you that he's able to go out there and play that type of minutes and put up 22 and 19 after, maybe shouldn't even have been back until today?
Yeah. Domas is special, man. I remember when we were here with Webb and all those guys, and I spoke in front of Arco, and I told him, appreciate sometimes what you got while you got it. Like a player that sacrifices his body the way that he does, the willingness to go out there and play through a broken finger and all the different things that we've watched him do, to get back out on the floor says that you want to play and you want to win. And in a game that sometimes guys will take an injury like that and they'll sit it down or shut it down, he does not do that. And that's a comforting thing for me, I'll tell you that, because what he does, it's hard to replicate. It takes a few people to do what he does. So, I hope that everybody appreciates what Domas brings to the game.
The 26 assists over the last 3 games for DeMar, including 2 10-assist games like tonight. We all know what he can do as a scorer, but just what do you make of his ability as a distributor that he's shown?
Yeah, DeMar is an incredible player, and he's an incredible teammate. Doesn't really surprise me from having a summer with him, me and LB, with him and Domas in Los Angeles, talking basketball, listening to how he digests the game. He's not a selfish player, and I think what he's beginning, or what we're beginning to see out of him, is the simple plays. Like, he is so talented that when he gets the ball in an area, you got to lean towards him, because the guy who's guarding him, whoever it is, it's not going to be enough. And when you lead towards him, he has the ability to make these simple passes and simple plays, and he also has the willingness to do that. And that's a big credit to him, because we need that. Some nights they'll stay home and he'll go for 30. Some nights they'll come his way and he'll go for 18 or 20, but he'll account for 45 points. And that is it's a lot of comfort, I'll tell you, when you got a player that's that talented, but that unselfish at the same time.
Zach's been ridiculously efficient all year long. Tonight was one of those. I think he missed his last 2 shots. But when you're seeing him, how do you feel like he generates those good looks, both himself and you guys, and what leads to him creating those and knocking them down?
I think that we're starting to understand Zach a little bit better. Like, the advancement of the basketball sometimes helps him to get downhill. Some of the plays that we're running has some gravity to it, with angles that allows him to get downhill. I think that he's still finding his spots, especially to shoot the 3-pointer, because I'd like him to be in that 10 attempts as well, and he got to 5 tonight. But when he's as efficient as he is like this in the 2-point area, that's the balance that you're okay with. But his gravity downhill is super incredible. His ability to step away, create space, and strong legs to be able to knock down shots is big time. So we love the Zach that we're getting, and we know that there's even more in there, because when you look at the numbers, some areas like 3-pointers, he can shoot more, and I think that sometimes he lays back a little bit because he wants to also make sure that his teammates are involved, and that's great. But when it's time to step on the pedal, we want him to step on the pedal, and he did tonight. He was big time for us.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Doug.
Appreciate y'all.